All right, guys, we are back. Maven, Puckett, getting into the game. Maven, I just sent you an invite. This is game 3. We're hopping into Blitz. Unfortunately, was not able to get in there with broadcaster mode enabled. And Scott is back.
Yeah.
Scott, don't leave that meat unattended. Is it done
Oh,
cooking?
no, it's already done. It's on the side, man. It's good.
That's the best. All right, well, we're going to open things off. I'm on board with ErupT. And let's see what's going to go down. This is the swing game in the best of 5.
Ooh.
Can Legal and the boys
Scott's
bring
good
it
at
in
cooking
Blitz?
some meat.
What's the series?
1-1.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, a bit surprising here.
Well, who is TK using as a fill-in? Oh, they're using
Wait,
Wheat.
TK, since all the changes, they have back-to-back victors, correct?
Yeah,
Is it right now?
that is correct. But they're having terrible luck online in the league match. So it doesn't really make
They're
sense
like,
to me.
yeah, 1-6 or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, not an odd number. That would make more sense. But Chris, we did see some tweets while we were gone that people were talking about. I guess at I-51 in a local LAN in Cali. I guess they're saying the Bison is pretty destructive on LAN as well.
Uh-oh.
So let's see how that plays out.
So basically, we're going to see 4 Bison teams at Niagara.
Yes, that's
Most
what
likely.
it sounds like. I guess the issue is it does so much headshot damage that you can hit someone in the head and the second bullet can land anywhere, and it's a 2-shot kill. So that's I guess the big complaint.
Well, the teams apparently in this match, guys, have actually agreed not to use any Bison. So you're going to see a lot of Vectors, a lot of MTARs as usual.
Wow.
But interesting to see the players kind of taking it in their own hands and making some gentlemen's agreements.
I never understood that. Because there's money on the line. Like, I'm not going to be a gentleman. I'm going to abuse what I can.
Is that the first sign that a gun may be a little overpowered when there's gentlemen's agreements before serious not to use it?
I guess.
$3,600 on the line for first place. Scott, I'm kind of on your side. I would be
yeah,
that
man, you
jerk. I would be like,
scumbag
of course,
everywhere.
guys, no Bisons. Yo, 3 minutes left. Everyone pull out the Bison.
Yeah, I'd be dual wielding Bisons.
You can't do
Oh,
that.
this isn't Halo 2, my bad.
Not yet. Sorry.
Oh, not yet.
right,
Imagine dual wielding subs in this game. Oh my God.
Apparently,
glad we
they
haven't
have
seen
second classes just in case someone pulls out a Bison, says Ron. Ron knows all of the underground strategies between these teams.
Apparently.
Go ahead, guys.
No, apparently Ron does. I would have. I'm just glad we haven't seen any thermal LMG play. I hate it.
All right, killer.
I hate it.
Looking at the scoreboard here, guys, that is 1-5. Sorry, when we don't have broadcaster mode, sometimes the graphics cover up some things, so we'll get that moved for you. But it's 1-5 in favor of TK. So with Wheats filling in, things are looking good. Wheats currently 10-5, is having the best game out of all 8 players, in fact.
Yeah, well, Wheats, I at Champs, I got to do a ton of Rise's games. Like, pretty much, I think I did, like, every single one of them. And Wheats goes off. And especially in this Blitz map, I think he dropped 39 or 40 kills in one of those rounds. So he is a complete beast at this particular game type.
Well, I think the whole collective of Rise is also very, very good. I mean, even Pac-Man had to feel good going into COD Champs, placing top 8. No one predicted him to go anywhere close, and that is a screaming tryout outside. That is rather annoying.
I hope.
8-8 here, guys. 9-8 after that kill is just running through people in the middle. That is going to be, I believe he's on a 6-point spree. Finally goes down at 10-9. Let's go over to Vex. Vex pushing on that red side of the map. Could be looping through to make this a 3-point game.
Yeah, it'd definitely be big. They really need to start clawing away at this. I mean, TK is kind of taking the opposite approach and just kind of collecting their base. I mean, Neslo's sitting top of Owens, and then he jumps out and breaks his ankles.
Oh, yeah, his ankles are gone. And just from the score, I'm going to assume the answer to this is yes, but this is the first side, correct?
Side 1, yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So we started this ish fresh. I watched all 70 seconds count down. And, man, I'm feeling bad for Vex. Currently, they're all kind of pinned in their base, and Saint is filling in. So Slasher is not playing today with the starting lineup.
Yeah, I found that pretty interesting that Saint was picked up by Vex after they dropped him in the draft. I mean, they dropped him as a 4th, and then they were like, oh, by the way, we'll bring it back on the team.
So you ready for this conspiracy theory?
Oh.
So
Please.
according to Saints, about 4 hours before we went live with the draft, he said, the only reason I'm not on the starting lineup is because ErupT would go for Slasher first pick. So they dropped Saint, picked up Slasher on the starting lineup, and then went after Saint knowing that he would be free in round 2 as ErupT went after Killa in the first round of the draft.
What?
I don't know if there's any truth to that, but Saint called it out 4 hours before the stuff went down, so could be.
This sounds like an actual NFL draft, some crazy stuff going on, some
Yeah.
rude moves being made. I actually kind of like that, but yeah, it sounds like he tweeted that 4 hours before. That might be more fact than conspiracy theory.
How funny would it have been though if ErupT was just like, no, let's grab Saint.
Yeah.
Finishes the whole thing's ruined.
Hey, he's free. Let's get him. Round 1. All right, so first side, 7-2, all team Kaliber, playing with the pick'em. The Wheats man, he's been kind of the hot free agent for these 2Ks. Last week,
Yep.
I believe he played, was it Envious who picked him up?
Not
Someone solid.
Sure.
No, I don't know. Honestly, we being such the formal fanboys we are, we watch pretty much every 2K, and we just watch his adorable face play, and we harass him via text every time he screws up.
Yep. We rotate between phase black and phase red a lot.
Yeah.
On the 2Ks.
You guys are such fanboys. I love it.
Well, it's being blindly biased, Chris.
Blindly biased is my favorite way to watch video games. All right, right now I'm blindly, biasedly watching Sharp. And Sharp has switched over to this Vector once again. This seems to be Sharp's gun. He's very comfortable with this one. While a lot of people decide to stick with the MTAR, he's been about this one since COD Champs and has one in front of him, charging the second. Vex gonna outgun him, but Goonjar now in the mech, still trying to finish down this hallway.
Yeah, and you know, Sharp, he's one of the few players, I think there's maybe one other person in the circuit who actually prefers the Vector without the red dot. He says, you know, for whatever reason, I can cross-map people, but there's really no need to not have a red dot on. I mean, it increases the distance of your shot.
Yeah, it just seems, I think for some people, I know I have this issue too, just playing shooters in general. The red dot seems to jump more than the iron sight. The iron sight seems a little bit steadier. I just think it's hard to see through. So maybe that's kind of what he means, though. He can shoot further with it because it's a little steadier for him. But this game overall is kind of odd. I mean, it's not a flurry of caps like we've seen kind of out of the first couple games of this in the previous rounds.
Neslo getting stopped just short there. Sorry, go ahead, Scott. 21 and 16 for Goonjar, though. Let's watch this man.
You're going to go with the Goon. You know, Goonjar, he had to have taken the loss of COD Champs really badly, you know, because going into it, TK hadn't had a bad tournament in a very, very, very long time.
So bad, he may be dating your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. That's always cool, isn't it? Good for them.
Wow.
Hey, well, it's good when if I got dumped, it'd be one thing.
Yeah.
I wear the pants.
Yeah, Scott Gandhi does not get dumped, he does the dumping.
Yeah. And in very cliche ways.
But as we're on board Sharp, he gets a big kill. He might be able to punch this in, but he does get confronted by 17 members of Vex there and gets shut down. But we're under 3 minutes, 8-4, still a nice lead.
What's the
And
online
Scott's face is
breakup?
bright red, and I just flipped that into commentary, play-by-play.
Oh my
God,
goodness.
that was hysterical.
I don't know how Ron did not cut to your camera during that moment of awkward. For Ron, the ever professional here at MLG, the only one in the group. 8-5 is the score. 3-point difference as Kaliber's lead starting to slip. Just as I say that, there's another cap coming in, and it looks like we're gonna have Wheats pushing up the right side with a little support from Sharp. Goonjar gonna go for the cap though on this left side.
Well, he's got to hurry this one up because he does have a Skype date tonight with my ex. So
Yeah, it does. The TriCast, where you get incredible play-by-play, fantastic commentary, and also COD gossip.
Oh, it's always good here, man.
Oh, yes it is. Sharp gonna watch as Nestle goes through. 10-5 is the score. Scott, was it a text or a tweet that you told her she was done?
It was a text, Chris. That's how I do things.
Like a real adult. The
Yeah,
internet
I
gamer
can't
is
even
proud.
watch this game. I'm giggling too.
You know, sometimes in life you got to realize it's easier to do things without talking.
Oh my, yeah, just a class act.
You know, I go for class.
You know, and sorry that we haven't been talking about too much gameplay over the past minute here, but it is 12-5 with 90 seconds to go.
Yeah.
This has kind of turned into a blowout for TK.
Yo,
Oh,
imagine
look
I
at
did
these
that.
stats. Let's count these down real quick. Neslo 7 captures, but he's even. Wheats, the replacement for this tournament, 31-19. Really doing a nice job filling in an Apathy's absence. Neslo, as we talked about, he's going to fall down to that third spot as Sharp on top of the leaderboard, 27-18, 27-21 for Goonjar. So these guys have simply outslayed ErupT on both sides of the map.
Yeah. And, you know, you kind of got to wonder, will Apathy kind of fill that same role as Wheats would in this spot? And I think the answer is yes. I think when Apathy was on SB, there's already so much slaying power on there, but with TK, he's got to fill that slaying power role because he's basically taking Formal's spot. So pretty big shoes to fill if you're Apathy.
Yeah,
Did
which
Neslo just get a 3-piece, by the way, guys? Did you see that?
Oh, we don't have a kill feed, Chris.
Yeah, me
we
neither.
Have the stats up.
We'll guess it. Nice
I'm gonna
3-piece
go ahead
there,
and say he had a
Neslo.
sick 3-piece, Chris.
Sickest of the 3 pieces.
Reese pieces sound pretty good right now.
I don't eat candy, Scott. I don't like that unholy stuff in my body. But as we wind down with the final 15 seconds, this was a blowout for TK. They were stuck at like 6-2 for what felt like an hour, and then they just sort of erupted.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
My
Goonjar,
wordsmith.
beast mode in the final seconds. Gonna drop 35 and 22. 31-22 for Wheats right behind him.
Yeah, good game out of the TK guys. I mean, TK all day. I'm sure Chaos, Jimmy is loving the fact that, they're seeing some success online. You would like to see him do better in the league matches, obviously. But nonetheless, that's one of their biggest supporters since he does employ them.
All right, let's take a look at the stats here from league play. Scott, you bring up an interesting point. I wanted to show you, of course, TK last week taking home a second 2K tournament in a row. This would be their third if they can make it there. Yeah. But here's where they stand in the league play. Just 25% win percentage at 2-6. They're 4.5 games behind or matches behind. And their map count, it's not as bad as you would think. 14 and 21. Wow, we have even more stats. Domination, 7-9. Looks like their S&D is their weakness at 3-8. So if it goes to game 5, that's where I worry for this team because domination, not an issue. We'll see.
That's odd because they've always been known for their S&D.
Yeah.
I mean, just TK in general. I know they've had some changes, but they've always been. What was it? Back it was like our first event, Atlanta, where they beat Complexity. They didn't drop an S&D the entire event. I think at UNG Atlanta. So that's kind of shocking.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens in Search and Destroy. ErupT also a very good domination team. They are 8-7, and they're number 2 in the league right now at 6-2 overall. Guys, we're going to 60-second commercial break before this game loads up. ErupT needs this one to stay alive. If not, TK will be in the round of 4 once again. Be right back.
We're so far